hear or think about the word invest, what comes to your mind? Well, some people think amazing returns, others think escaping the rat race, and some think better or secure future. While investment could give you all of this, not every investment could lead to all those possibilities. So when I think about investing, what comes to my mind is how the asset I'm investing in provides value to humanity. And when we talk about value and humanity, there are so many assets that fall under this category. However, the ones that I'm going to be mentioning in this video are assets that the human species need to exist. These are assets that we need to survive. So if you're thinking on diversifying your stock portfolio, then watch this video till the end. So the first is knowledge. Knowledge is power, and that phrase is in no way a cliche. Benjamin Franklin said, in order to get the most returns on your money, pour your purse into your head. People are constantly seeking for information, seeking on how they would grow, how they would explore, and how they will become better persons. And they need information for this. That extra knowledge you have on a particular subject matter makes you 1% more knowledgeable than man B or man C. I'll give you an example. When we were in school, or for those of you that are in school, you see that the lecturer teaches the same thing to everybody in the classroom. However, some people go back and do more research and put in more effort to get more knowledge on whatever the lecturer has taught. And then you see that when it gets close to exams or during exam period, these people offer tutoring services, and other people in the same class are willing to pay like 1,000 to 2,000 naira to hear what that person has to say. That's because that person is giving you the value that your lecturer couldn't. Another example is my mother's okra soup. I have tasted okra soup in so many places. I'm talking restaurants and household, but no okra soup beats my mother okra soup. And I'm not saying this because she's my mom. We have literally had people come to our house and ask, Madam, what did you put inside this okra soup? And it's not like she's putting anything different. It's just the pattern as to how she makes her okra soup. And if these two people decide that they want to sell this piece of information, they're going to be making a lot of money because they are adding value in a way based off of the knowledge they have. To them, it might be a piece of information, but to the other person, it's what he or she needs to get from point A to point B. Now, in my mother's case, is what the other woman might need to maybe satisfy her husband at home. And for this tutor's case, is what the other person needs to pass probably his or her exams. There are so many things that so many millionaires are doing differently in the world. But one thing that they are doing that is the same is that they are constantly seeking and learning to add to the information that they already have. That's how they stay on top of their games. That's how they produce good products and services that makes you and I give them our money in exchange for the value that we get from those products and services. So a very simple approach that I use towards learning every day is that I try as much as I can to read at least 20 or 50 pages of a book every day, or literally listen to this man for 10 minutes. But if you know that you're not the type that can read constantly, you can subscribe to an audio platform. The next is food. Everybody needs food to survive. That is why food is always going to be in demand. And some great stocks under this category are one, Kellogg's. When I think about Kellogg's and I think about Nigeria, I think about all the boarding schools that could probably be in this country and how many students are in each of these boarding houses. Then I think about the parents and how many conflicts they have to buy for each student each term. That's a lot of money going to that area just for consumption. So instead of consuming, you might as well get returns from that product that you love so much. Others on this category include Unilever, Pepsi, and Coca-Cola. The next is health. If you need me to tell you why you should invest in health, this is all I can say. Take 30 minutes of your time on one fine Saturday. Go to a very big establishment in your community or a close-by community that has hospital written in front of it. Observe what is going on there. When you're done, come out, take another 10 minutes. Go to a big establishment that has pharmacy written in front of it. Observe and then come out. Take another 10 minutes. Go to a big establishment that has mall or supermarkets written in front of it. Go to the aisle where they sell creams, soaps, supplements, detergents, and anything that falls under that category. And you would realize that health is a billion-dollar industry. And if you're not investing in it, you're losing out because diseases will keep on coming. People would need to treat them. So a lot of money is going into this area. And if you're not investing in it, you're losing in a way. The next is energy. A liter of fuel now in Nigeria is how much? Yes, I'll leave you to answer that question. So many people are now diverging to other sources of energy. However, fuel is something that you need for your car and other objects in probably for your business and your household. It will still be in demand. If you have a lot of money, I suggest that you invest in this asset. Like a chunky amount of your money should go to this asset. because the demand for clean energy will be off the roof when the price for a liter of fuel goes to like 1,500 or 2,000 naira. Just the play, you think I'm joking? Some of the assets under this category include Tesla, Wallbox, Chemical Corporation, and Uranium Energy Corporation. The last but not the least is real estate. When we talk about land, housing, see, it will always be in demand. Every man needs a roof over his head and possibly his business. So yes, real estate is forever and ever. There are various ways you can invest in real estate. There's crowdfunding, there's REITs, there's land banking, commercial properties. However, because we're talking about diversifying your stock portfolio, we're going to be focusing on REITs, which is Real Estate Investment Trust. Now, I do not invest so much on REITs, and this is why. I do not live in the US. I am a Nigerian. So if I'm talking about real estate, yes, it's always good to diversify and branch out, but what I know, I always tell you to invest in what you know, what you see, and what you patronize. Most of the products and services that I have mentioned in the previous categories are things that you and I use from day to day. Sorry, I did not mention the stock on health. It is Johnson and Johnson. Yes, so most of the things you and I patronize, but for real estate, we do not live there. So any information that we're going to be getting about these REITs are things that we're going to be reading or hearing online. So it's just safer to invest in real estate based off of your own surrounding, which is Nigeria if you're a Nigerian. So the only REIT that I invest in is PSEC, and the reason why I invest in this REIT is because the stock price is very low. It's like 5,000 to 6,000 naira, and then the dividend yield is like 9 to 10%. So please tell me again why all your money is in your bank accounts. But wait, there's more. They do not just have a high dividend yield, they pay monthly. So if you're putting 100,000 naira on this REIT, you can have like 220,000 naira by the end of the year. Yeah, so that's why I invest in it. Like I mentioned earlier, there are other assets that provide value to humanity. However, these 5 are what you and I need to exist or survive. Other assets though include technology, entertainment, transportation, but there's a high chance that most assets under this category, or the top assets under this category, are listed in the S&P 500. So you could as well just invest in that index fund and you're good to go. I practice what I preach, which means that everything that I have mentioned in this video, I invest my money in. But however, what appeals to me might not necessarily appeal to you, so you go ahead and do your own due diligence. Thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you got value from this content. As always, I'll see you next week.